Check, check, check. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? How's it going tonight? Saturday. Oh, what is going on around here? Edward Nugent, brother, thank you so much, man. Yes, it's a great day. Thank you, and hope you and your family have a great Easter too, man. There's Jake. What's up, Jake? He knows what's up. The chill Saturday stream. Let's effing go. Absolutely, man. Okay. Start off a little differently here. I was not prepared with a set list, so we're gonna make it up as we go along tonight, I think. But we'll wait a second here, make sure everyone rolls in. See what's cooking. But it was a nice day so far. Nice day. SpaceX, what's up there, man? Yeah, we're just waiting for people to start showing up. Kicking us some jam. Chris Arsenault, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. See, Sake says, your lack of excess string noise for live playing is insane. Don't know how you do it. It's that exercise, man. It's that perfect synchronization. This is what my second guitar teacher, he helped me refine, because I was like noisy as heck, man. I had string noise all over the place. You know, I could play fast, but it was a lot of excessive string noise, just like he said. And he showed me a way, you know, to kind of refine it. He helped me refine it over a year's time and get it right, you know. And it's a lot of those extras, like that exercise that I have in my videos, something very, very similar to that. And you know, but yeah, I practiced that so much to be dead accurate on every note, switching strings, and that's what did it for me, you know. And that exercise that I have on my channel is a testament to that synchronization. Jew G, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you there. Nate B, how you doing tonight? He says, nice room, man. Thank you. I still gotta get. There's an old Alienware PC behind me. My friend's gonna buy it. He just hasn't had time to come get it. We're gonna get that out of there, but yeah, it's a nice setup. I want to change the whole thing one of these days. I need to just like shift everything somehow. But this room is like half of my office for when I work, and the other half is studio stuff. It's like one half's work stuff, one half studio stuff. I have to figure out how to maintain it. But we got some people, and let's warm it up. Let's start warming it up here. This is a popular one this week. This intro. there was one more. That felt pretty good. I was pretty warmed up. I've been working on a couple songs already today. Kind of have a new song of the week, and then we have a new intro of the week. I don't know. I got something. We'll try it out. We'll give it a shout. See how it works. All right. Let's see, Juji. There you go. Stardust says I forgot to put the mini guitar back. I know that's 2 weeks in a row. I almost forgot too, but it's all good. Jake says whatever you do with the room, make sure Ingve is always over your shoulder with that judgment. I know, right? It's gotta have it. You gotta have it. I'll find a way. I want to have everything hanging up, and I like to have more posters. There's a Mozart poster that I want to get from Amazon, and there's a Richie Blackmore poster I want to get too. So yeah, a lot of posters. I got an Uli poster that I want to still get framed. So I got a lot of stuff, and I want to get both my Marshalls in the picture. The two cabinets. That'd be sweet looking. Well, let's see. There you go, Juji. Christine LG, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Jake says, you guys having a good Easter weekend? We absolutely are, yeah. So far, so chill. I like to chill out, But today was a nice chill day, for sure. Oh, dang, Juji, you never heard of Dennis Pauna? Oh, man. Dennis is awesome. Oh, no, Juji says, difficult time. My daughter passed away on Easter at 9 years old, so hanging out here to get my mind blown. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I know how that goes, man. It's never a good time, and especially someone that close to you, man. So we'll pray for you, Juji. Absolutely, man. Always, man. Memory always lives on, for sure. Let's see, the red line. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Jake says, now the girlfriend's out of town visiting her parents. I'm rolling solo this weekend. Just chilling. There you go. The Easter tequila? Tequila Easter, maybe? All right, let's see here. Let's see what we got. Should I try the new intro? I'm going to try something different. Which one was this? We'll play that fourth. How about that? We'll do this one. was feeling real nice. I was feeling real nice right there. That's a fun jam to play, man. That really is. Juji said I downloaded some songs in the style of Typo. It doesn't say who covered it though. Wow. Yeah, man. Dennis Pauna. Found Dennis Pauna a while ago, a couple of years ago, honestly. And the dude's amazing. Not only does he do Typo Negative, but he does like Pantera. He'll like do songs in the style of So it'll be some like this one today was Comfortably Numb in the style of Typo Negative, and it was dope. It was dope. He's done like songs in the style of King Diamond, songs in the style of Pantera, ZZ Top, tons of different bands. So he nails it every time. And if I think it's going to happen, but I've heard that, and we've heard Kenny from Typo Negative say, they want to do some sort of tribute tour, come back and do some shows. And there's no way that this Dennis Pauna will not get that gig. There's just no way, man. You're absolutely welcome, Juji. It's always good to see you here, and then we're more than happy to be here for you if you ever need us, man. 100%. Stardust says that she said, I've never heard anyone sound exactly like Peter until him. Blows me away every time. Absolutely. It did me. That's because I was like, whoa. I was like, you gotta hear this. This dude's crazy. It's good, man. It's really good. Jake says, I'll definitely be having a few tequila sips now. There you go. Okay, Juji says he knows dance. He downloads some of the music and recognizes his face. Yeah. He's from, where's he from? I don't want to say he's from Poland or something. He's from a different country. Poland or something like that, man. I can't remember. But man, that dude is talented. 100% talented. Jake says, everyone's welcome here except the trolls. Yep. Saturdays are usually chill for trolls. We never see too many. Juji knows pack it up trolls. Yeah. They don't show up here. Because YouTube doesn't push this type of live stream at all. It's like pretty much anyone that's a subscriber to me that sees that I'm online or doing a live show on Saturday, they might show up. But yeah, it's the weekday one. It's YouTube pushes that out there. So you get the trolls, and then you get the doom scrollers and that. Feisty Kitty, what's going on there? Thank you, Juji. Let's see. Juji says, it's weird. They seem to come out at certain times. They do. It's weird. Like YouTube will just like throw them at me, Like usually at the end of the show too. I'm like on the last song. I play it for 3 hours. I'm ready to shut it down. And here comes like a wave of play this, play this, play that, play this, this band, that band. I'm like, I'm out of here, man. Y'all come back another time. It's like, yo. Jake says, man, this song is insane. Blur picking off the charts. Yeah, we were ripping that one up. I was feeling extra loose on that one for sure. There you go, Juji. It says like zombies out of the shadows. Pretty much, man. But you got Stardust, we got Jake, we got Siri, we got all kinds of good moderators that are ready to snipe the trolls. Snipe those zombies, man. There you go, Feisty. Molten wood. There you go, Feisty says Stardust raises the banner. Stardust is strong with the band hammer. That's for sure. Terry Carranza, how you doing? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you, Juji. Thank you, Ju. Feisty says Iron Maiden, the style of Twisted Sister. I know, right? That could be something. Feisty says Adam Fulara, Polish double neck classical player. I think I've seen that guy. Is that the guy that plays on the subways or something at the train station or something? I don't know. Juji says, I've really seen some amazing talent out of those areas. And yeah, there's so much talent across the world. It's amazing. It's amazing. Nate B says, Rick, speaking of being, are any of your my guitars Scout? They're not, no. I do have a Fender. Like I told a story before. I bought this Fender, a real nice American-made Fender from this lady at work for like $150, like a long time ago. Like she bought it for her daughter. Her daughter maybe picked it up and strummed it a couple times, and it just sat in the closet. And I was talking to her just out of nowhere. I was like, yeah, I'm looking for a Fender Strat. She's like, I got a Fender Strat. I was like, really? I was like, what do you want for it? She's like, I don't know. What do you, how much you got? I was like, $150. She's like, sure, it's fine. And she was rich anyway. But me and my friend, he helped me put the HS3 pickups on, the brass nut, the 250K volume pot. What else did we change on that? We changed the tuners, put some Spertzel tuners on there, the locking tuners, and then we were gonna go get it. I was gonna go get his Scout, but I never did. So it's kind of like an Yngwie Frankenstrat. He did repaint it. What's that? The Sonic Blue color. That's my favorite of the Yngwie guitars, is the Sonic Blue one. I always like that one. Jake's got a link to my guitar, the exhibition link that shows you all the specifications of this exact guitar. Very nice. There you go, Juji. Release the trolls. Feist says, Russian guy's Doug guitar. Is that the guy? Yeah, I seen the guy play on like subways. He's crazy with it, man. I'm like, dude, this guy's nuts. All right, so we played a fast one. We got to find a ballad. What's a good ballad tonight? We'll play the original ballad. How about that? All right, let's go. Let's slow it down with the ballad. And then we'll play one of the new intro songs. That's emotional, man. That's an emotional song right there. Man. Oh, wow. All right, that felt good. Let's see. Where is this new song? All right, it's way down here. All right, let's see what's cooking here. Preston Parker, what's up? He says, hey, Rick, rocking another Saturday. See you. Love it, man. Keep shredding up. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Thank you, Jude G. Appreciate you, man. Drenger, what's up, buddy? He says, dropping by real fast. Keep melting faces, my brother. The guitar gods are with you. Thank you, bro. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Hope you have a happy Easter with you and yours, man. That's awesome, dude. Thank you for that super chat, brother. Juji says, you know you're good when you can put the soul into a song. Absolutely, man. You know, it's a lot of people don't do that. You know, they're just, you know, a lot of people these days are just straight shredding it up, just 100% shreds, which is fine. I watch a couple of those guys, but I like to hear some real chill stuff too. You know, some real emotion. You know, when you mix like Uli Roth and Clapton and Ritchie Blackmore together and get this real bluesy, soulful vibe going, man. That's what I like to see too. There you go, Feisty Troll Bowl. Indy's in the house. How you doing, Indy? Good to see you. Thank you, Drenger. Appreciate that. Thank you, Indy. Let's see. Drenger, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's a good song there. It's a nice soulful jam, man. You can really slow down and chill. And but you know my my picking hand wants to pick it up. I started picking up the pace at the end. I was like, stop, slow down. But yeah. Feisty says, Troll Patrol got a soul. They don't. They ain't got no soul, man. I stopped by. I don't like the chat sometimes, but I like to lurk. I'm a lurker. I did lurk, and I did like the stream for you and everything for a little bit. I was watching the Miami Heat game, so I was trying to watch two things at once. But yeah, Friday I was trying to come on there yesterday, but yeah, Friday it was my first Friday off of streaming in like 2 weeks. I was like, I just want to lay on the couch. Let me be on the couch, but I'm going to try and get back there to you. Thank you, Juji. Oakenshield, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Good. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Juji, thank you very much, my man. Big Mike says, I dig the Mercedes shirt. You got a thing for AMGs? Love seeing the streams, Rick. Thank you, Big Mike. Good to see you, buddy. I love Formula One. Mercedes Petronas AMG is my favorite team. And they're doing real good this year, and I'm really happy about that. My favorite driver, George Russell, he qualified 3 for the race tomorrow, but he's only a 10th away from first place. It was a tight battle this morning in the qualifying. But I did have 2 Mercedes back to back. I had a 2005 and then a 2014 Mercedes. And then I found how much they cost to repair after my warranty ran out, and I switched to a Hyundai. 10-year warranty, looking good. Absolutely, Indy. It was looking pretty good. There was who did I see? I can't remember his name. There was a guy singing. It was really good. I can't remember it was about maybe about within the hour of the first part. It was dark. He had a dark setup though. Couldn't really see his face, but it sounded good. All right, let's see. I think we're cooking here. Let's move on to this new intro. This will probably fall into the intro category. I whipped it together really fast. We'll see how it goes. I have no idea. I believe it's in the key of A, or G, my bad. Key of G. Let's see what happens. That's a weird one for sure. I don't know. I was literally just like picked up the keyboard and started playing with some sounds. Like, let's try this. We'll play this. We'll play that. Whatever. Kind of weird. Kind of different. Kind of something. Whatever. It's guitar playing for sure. All right, let's see. Let's see. Mike says he's have an 01 E55 and love it. Always need an excuse to talk about it. I need to get an F1. I feel that, man. Yeah. If you got someone that can fix them for you when they break down, you're gold, man. And they'll run forever. Something happened in my 2014, man. I love that car. I was the 2014 C250, four valve turbo. Thing was awesome, man. And I started having some, I just went in for a maintenance. The place that I always went to, I've always taken my car to, just took in for some yearly maintenance. And they're like, oh, we found this thing, it needs to get replaced. All right, that's fine, whatever. How much? Okay, cool, that's not a big deal. They replaced this thing, and then I'm driving, and I start hearing this clicking noise, like constantly, but this is clicking, click, 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 click. And I'm like, what is this, man? And I was like, yo, dude, this thing is like making this clicking noise. And they're like, I took it back. And they're like, yeah, we don't see nothing, buddy. I'm like, but we drove it and I didn't hear nothing. I picked it back up. On my way home, I call him, like, dude, I'm driving right now and I hear this freaking clicking noise, man. He's like, oh, okay, bring it back. And I brought it back, and then it just went all to heck, man. Then something else, they left the window open. Or the seal broke on top of that. I started getting water inside the car. It's just starting to become a mess, man. And I was like, man, I got most everything roadworthy, cleaned up, working, except for the click thing. And then I'd sold it to Carvana. I was like, this is ridiculous, man. Juji says, could I hear a little docking, please? Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was I listening to the other day? I don't know. This one's all right. Too. I kind of remember the solo a little bit. That's In My Dream. That's a great song. We used to play that when I was a kid, in a cover band. That's one of my favorites to play. It's been a minute since I played that one. Let's see, Edward Nugent, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, man. It's something different. Sometimes when I sit at the keyboard, it just come up with some weird stuff. It's just some weird stuff. Thank you, Juji. Juji said, just straight away your pain and worries, my dude. Absolutely, man. That's all you got to do, man. Feisty says, next album, a Renstrom and then some. There you go. That's a good album. Mike says, Rick plays those shred fills like nobody. True. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Juji like this bass line. Nice, dude. Yeah. I spent some extra time. This is probably wasted a bunch of my time. But I was sitting there trying to get the bass perfect with the drum. And that was kind of hard, man, because the drum was kind of doing like a backbeat type of thing. But it took an extra minute, but it was worth it, I think. I appreciate that. Thanks, Oakenshield. Feisty says, new one? Yeah, I just wrote tonight. Just a quick one. I actually opened up my Reason 13 program and had my keyboard. I was like, let me try and write something real quick here. I need something else. I need a new intro of some sort, but I didn't get to play it at all, so. Or I didn't get to try it before I did it, so that was the first try ever. Oakenshield says, man, I wish I could solo like that. I'm more of a James Hetfield type player, so I guess it's a different fast. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Yeah, some people are better at rhythm guitar. Some people do the lead guitar better. Some people put them both together and they're amazing. Like, Jeff Loomis is a guy that's like amazing rhythm player and amazing lead player. Or Michael Romeo. It takes a lot. It takes a lot, man. But anyone can get there, man. It just takes a lot of time and effort. And I got that exercise on my channel. I really just say 20 minutes a day for 30 days straight. If you can pull that off, then you're going to be a different player. You're solo. You'll be able to alternate pick completely better than you ever did. But Big Mike says, mine had cost me a pretty penny. I bought me the wrong example and decided to fix it, right? He's 25K into a 15K car, and I honestly don't care because it's all fixed. I feel that, man. Yeah, I was like, I didn't have the money to fix mine. It's probably going to cost like $3,000 to fix mine. And a Carvana would buy it for 12. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go Carvana. Go Carvana. And that worked out. Jake says a friend of his got an AMG CLE, and she took a driving course. Dang, man. Yeah, I can imagine. AMG ain't for just the average person. You got to know what you're getting into with that AMG. I've always wanted an AMG C63. That's probably my holy grail of Mercedes cars if I can ever get one. But we're talking like 100 grand, 120 grand or so. Let's see. My Big Mike says Sealy's a pretty solid. Not a V6 fan, but what have I got? Pretty well. Yeah. Paradiddle, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. There you go, Juji. Hope you like that one. Feisty's got that Honda S2000. That one rips. Big Mike says, honest question, do you feel like you're lacking any specifics because of your condition, like the sweeping suck, or can you not tap? I'm curious how shaped you play. Yeah, nothing ever stopped me, Big Mike. Not one thing, man. Because I can sweep, I can tap, I can play chords, I can play jazz style, I can play classical, finger style. Obviously, I do the shred stuff. But it was all, I had to learn it, I had to took lessons to learn how to understand theory. I took lessons to understand how to refine my guitar playing. And I went to college to just expand my mind with different musical styles and understanding how to do things. But yeah, I've been doing this, playing like this probably since I was 16. Is when I started playing in a band at 16, out live, at bars, still in high school, and playing out like 3 to 4 nights a week. So nothing ever slowed me down, man, obviously. Juji says, I had a 98 M3 BMW automatic straight 6, and it was beautiful. Yeah. I had a friend that had was it M3 or M4? He was rich, though. I think it was an M4. And that thing was unbelievable, man. I was like, whoa, dude, this thing is sick. Yeah, the BMWs are nice, too, man. Ain't no doubt. I've always just been partial to Mercedes. I like the Mercedes, but yeah. A lot of BMW. The Audis are really nice. Germany makes some really, really nice cars. There ain't no doubt about that. All right. Well, we're not going to play Symphony 40 or Until the Bitter. I'll play some other weird stuff. This is like could have been an album track. Played it before, but this is a good one. What's it called? Forgive and Forget. It's a nice one here. a cutting room floor song from the album, if I remember correctly. It was a fun little song though. Let's see. Big Mike says, bro, that's inspirational AF. There you go, man. Mike also had an E46 there ready. Yeah, I got a friend that has an E class, man. They're pretty sweet, man. It's like that next step up from the C. Very nice. Juji says, crazy how people make excuses. Love what you've accomplished. Absolutely, man. A lot of people do, man. A lot of people, it's like, but not everyone has I think if someone's going to play guitar, they have to have if they want to be something at playing guitar, you have to have a clear-cut vision in your mind of what you want to do. You just can't start learning guitar or whatever. And if you're just going into just learning guitar to have fun, then that's totally fine. But if you want to reach like the higher echelons of, these great, heroes of old and stuff like that, man, you got to dedicate your life to it. And people these days just can't dedicate their life to it. I mean, if I started playing guitar right now, there's no way I could dedicate my life to it. There's no way. Because I got a job. I got to work all day. I got to come home. I got, family to hear. It's like, I don't have time to dedicate. It's another 8 hours of playing guitar a day. So it's a lot, but kids, a lot of young kids have the time and they're getting better and better, which is good. Big Mike knows. It says proof that practice and passion make the man. None of it's true, man. You gotta have it. Judy said the harpsichord, like straight up rocking the 70s. I love the harpsichord is my favorite sound. I love the sound of a harpsichord. I don't know why. When I was a little kid, I think I used to have a tape. It was Bach's Fantasia, chromatic Fantasia was what it was called. And it's nothing but this insane harpsichord stuff. And I listened to it constantly. It's so good. Big Mike said, it's also why I can't call myself a good guitar player. I play for fun. And for me, that is great. That's perfect, man. I think that's something that people miss. They miss the shot on that. It's like, if you're going to play guitar for fun and yourself, that's what it's all about. And if something happens and you excel even higher and higher and higher and higher, then that's great too. But if you just stay at the level you want to enjoy the guitar, then there ain't nothing wrong with that. And not a darn thing wrong with that. Juju said that's what makes it special. So few could take it to this level. It's true, man. There's a small percentage of people in this world that do stuff like I do. And it's not even just guitar. After you learn the guitar, then you got to be able to learn how to write the songs and put them together and be able to write different songs and not just the same stuff over and over. That's the hard part. That comes really hard. Jake says he always loves the fast trills in this one. Tempo is so consistent. Yeah, for sure. That's that super trill, man. The super trill, the Murder Hornet trills. Big Mike says hearing that he went to college makes so much more sense. Absolutely, buddy. It helped me a lot. I should have stayed. I just hated school. I mean, going from kindergarten to 12th grade was bad enough. Then going to college for 4 more years was like, I can't do it no more. 2 years was good enough for me, and I should have stayed. I kind of regret not just finishing college. But when you, I don't regret it because certain things happened because I left college. If I would have stayed in college, maybe I wouldn't have had the opportunity to play with Rob Rock Band for 5 or 6 years and go on tour and be on records and stuff and be in magazines. I would never know what would I have done if I spent college 2 more years. So it's like one of those things like you kind of regret maybe because you would have got a little more knowledge and you would have got a degree, but then you kind of not regret because I had a lot of times that not many people in the world will also have. Not everyone goes on tour and is on 10 different albums and stuff like that. So, and goes around the world and doesn't have to pay a penny to go around the world. That's what's up, man. Feisty says, Hannibal coming over the mountains with elephants. There you go. Thank you, Juji. Thank you, Indy. Thanks, Big Mike. Feisty, that sounds like victory. There you go. Jake says, Indy say jump, I say how high. There you go, Jake. Thanks for the super chat, brother. I only put the goal up just for goal whatever, it's no big deal either way. I do it for the weekdays, but I forgot I usually don't do it because I don't have the pinned comment either. Unfortunately, I get into a pattern during the week and I forget. But I thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Chris. Edward, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. There's Chris Leggy. He says, Saturday. No doubt, no doubt. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Juji says, do you get any inspiration from Julian Bream, the classical guitar player? A little bit, yeah. I remember back in the day, he was a big focus in our classical guitar class because he was probably one of the best, and he played everything exact. He's the benchmark for classical guitar. But yeah, I think I had some tapes of him playing some stuff back in the day. Lex G, how's it going, buddy? Fight says, you apparently finished as much school as you needed. Yeah, I think so. It gave me everything I needed to know. And I think the only thing I'm missing from it was just a degree, or at least an associate's degree. I didn't even finish the associate's degree. It's like, I'm done, I'm out. Didn't take the exams. I was like, I'm done with this, man. And I was like, off to be a rock star. That was it. I was like, I got everything I need. I'm going to be a rock star now. It took about, let me see. So I was 18, another 12 years before I signed a record contract. So it took me 12 years to sign my first record contract. So that took a little longer, but not everyone can say that they signed a record contract, for a solo album. So that was kind of cool. That was my graduation diploma right there, putting Until the Bitter End out. Absolutely. Let's see what we got here. What do we got? We gotta find some other stuff to play. I haven't played this one in a while. Let's play this one. This one's called, this is another cutting room song, Pages Left Unturned. minute since I played that one. I think I probably forgot a few bits and pieces of that. That's a nice little song, though. I'm telling you. Yeah, I had a lot of cutting room songs, man. A lot of cutting room songs. Feisty says it worked. Absolutely, man. Jake says, I have a master's degree that I'm not even currently using, making more money in another field. I hear that, man. I don't think, if I had a college degree, I wouldn't have gone teaching or anything like that, I don't think. I don't know. You just don't know what you would have done if you didn't do this or did that or whatever. It's crazy, man. Feisty says, until the better end. There you go, there you go. Juju says, when I hear the harpsichord, automatically wants to hear operatic accompaniment. I feel that, man. Jake says, college is overrated unless you're in a STEM field. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it was just something, you know, like even I think my grandma was like, try to keep me in college. She's like, I'll give you $100 a month if you keep going to college. Like $100. What am I going to do with that? Nah, forget about it. Donald James, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. He says, you're such a good writer, songwriter, genius. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, man. That's very nice of you to say. Thank you, Juji. Chris Liggett says, woo, my freaking guitars will not do this. I can't figure it out. That's a wild one there. Christine LG, thank you so much. Thank you, Chris. Nate B says, you're one talented man, Rick. I appreciate that, Nate. It means all that means a lot to me, you know. And again, you know, I'm always just having fun, you know. Having fun is everything I want, you know, just to have fun. Because I missed out on a lot of fun. I always had to work. You work a guitar, and, you know, when you can finally just kick back and have some fun and enjoy it, you know, I think that's the best moment right there. That's when you've played the best, when you're having fun and no stress or worry about what to play or this or that. So I appreciate that, man. There you go. Jake says, this guitar is magical. Get one and you'll sound just like him. You could try. There's a couple on a couple of them on Reverb right now. I think there's 192 and the rest are like 93s or 94s. You could get by with the 93. It's very, very similar to this. It's super close to this, except instead of the Charvel branded Shaler, it has the Jackson branded Shaler on it. But everything else is the same. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Chris Lee says, I freaking wish. I hear you, dude. Juji, thank you, Indy. Thank you, Chris. Donald said, this song is so good, dog. Thank you, Donald. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, cutting room floor song, you know. I wrote a lot of songs for Until the Bitter End. I wrote a lot. I know when it came down to it, I started cutting stuff off. You know, I only had room for a certain amount of songs. And there was some I had to write on the spot, like Towers of Babylon, because we needed, you know, the record label wanted like to do the half and half thing, like so it could have singers on it, so it, you know, it would be able to be marketed better or marketed more. So yeah, I would write more vocal songs. Towers of Babylon I pretty much wrote out of nowhere. Calling on Vengeance was another one I wrote out of nowhere. I had Kingdom for Ransom and Victim's Paradise already written, the music to it. I think that was it. And then I think The King was another one that I had the idea for it. I just had the framework. I didn't have it all completed. I just had to complete the song. But yeah, so it worked out. But I had so many instrumentals to play. It was unbelievable. Don says, that other Jackson looks pretty cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's the same exact one. It's just in the candy blue color. Same exact guitar. I'll probably be playing my other guitars this week. This one needs to get restrung. I got to string this, put some new strings on this tomorrow. These things are pretty close to being dead. I was expecting to break a string during one of the streams this week. And question for any guitar players that know, what is the best like cleaner, like a spray cleaner that I can spray on this thing? Because man, it's got some like sticky tar or something. I don't know what this is. I tried to rub it off, man, but it ain't coming off. So I need suggestions for like a guitar cleaner. I never really used a guitar cleaner before, but this one's getting dirty. So I don't know. If you got any ideas, let me know, and we'll go from there. Oh, let's see. I don't know. Should we do the? Also, another question: should we do the Holy Trinity or what? I don't know. We can play all kinds of stuff. Jake says, I think the final track list for the album was very balanced, nice mix of shred. I'm like, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I wanted that. Everything just flow. And I've always tried to do that, even after that, because that album was like a big learning experience for me for being like a producer, understanding how to produce a record. And Rob was executive producer. He helped me along the way and gave me a lot of ideas. And we also had Roy Z in the background, kind of helping out and give me some ideas and things like that. So it really helped me understand production. And then when we went to do the Leash Law record's even more slick because of all the knowledge I had from doing my album. So let's see. Feisty uses rubbing alcohol. I don't know about that. I'd be afraid that would eat the paint. I use rubbing alcohol on the strings to clean them, but on the guitar itself, I don't know. Terry Carranza asks, what's the full guitar maker's name? This is Jackson, yeah. Jackson Guitars. The originator, his name was Grover Jackson out of California. And him and Wayne Charvel, the other big guitar company, Charvel Guitars, they were partners for the longest time. But yeah, Jackson. This is a Jackson Dinky Reverse Pro, this one particularly. Gloria Ward, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Hope you're well today. I'm doing good. It was a good, nice chill day. A nice, good day. Chris, yeah, it's wood, but I'm sure it's like some sort of, I don't know, a paint job it has on it. Cereal Flute in the house. What's up, Cereal? He says Dunlop makes a nice cleaner. All right, Dunlop, got it. Don says, that happened to me. A few strings pop, had to tighten the clamps. I feel that, man. It's never fun when a string breaks when you're playing, live or just going, in a live stream. I expected him to break this, at least the E string. I was bending hard this week, real hard. But yeah, I try and change them every couple of weeks, and I've got a whole stack of strings over there now, thank God. Chris says, I'd say Pledge furniture cleaner if it's wood. Feisty says, get an automatic cleaner wax you can degrease with vinegar or a solvent. Okay. And Nate B says second on the Dunlop cleaner. Okay. Might check that out. Donald James says, I use spray can duster, but it doesn't clean gunk. Gets the dust off. And Feisty says, fretboard oil is mint. I actually have this real nice fretboard oil. It's Gibson fret. I forgot what it's called. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, it's some sort of Gibson fret grease. I don't know what it's called, but it's real nice. It works really well. Jake says the sound mixing is outstanding. Vocal leads, rhythm, and drums are balanced out really well. Nothing's really done. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, every night after we mix down a song, I'd take it home and I'd listen to it over and over and over, and I'd pinpoint every little thing that I heard. Every little note something that sounded too loud, something that was too soft. I wrote it down. I write everything down, and we go back the next day and go, all right, we got to go back here. We got to do this, and this. And then we mix it again, and I'm like, that's perfect. So I kept doing that until every song was perfectly mixed. It was rough, man. I probably heard those songs like 1,000 times each, but it was worth it, at the time. I really wanted to put out a crazy good product, and the record label was pretty happy with it. So, and everyone that's heard it has been pretty happy, so that's always good. Vice says, perhaps some Dew shrapnel. Do they make? I could probably use Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew could probably clean anything. I wish, that'd be neat though. Is there Dew shrapnel? I found someone put up something like Dew Revolution. I was like, whoa, what's that? Feist says automotive cleaner equals wax McGuire's. Oh, that's some good stuff. Yeah, good for cars. Sierra says, Mrs. Cereal Flute and I are getting Easter egg for the kids. All right, there you go. You get all the chocolate you need, man, because we wait. Well, it sucks because this year it's on a Sunday this year. I guess it's always on a Sunday, right? No, never changes. Because if you wait, if you go the day after to like CVS or Walgreens or wherever you got one of those little shops, you can get all that candy for like 50% off, man. It's like, we're not going to be available to do that on Monday, dang it. Fight says you can drip some essential oil in your mineral oil if you want it to smell good. I'll have to try it out, man. I got to see. I'm going to check out this Dunlop cleaner. It's just some gunk, like right here. And some gunk over here. I don't know what it is. It's like some sort of tree sap or something. I don't know. I'm not even sure. Corey M, he says, what up, Rick? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Thank you, buddy. He says, just popping in real quick. That's awesome, buddy. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. Hope you're having a great weekend and a great Easter, if you celebrate, of course. I celebrate with chocolate. That's my Easter. Mel Mark, what's up, dude? He says, becoming a great guitar player, 5% inspiration, 95% perspiration. That sounds like Willy Wonka. Talent only takes you so far. The rest is practice, practice, practice. I'm sure Rick agrees. I would agree with that 100%, man. 100%. Christine, yeah, 100% vape, 5% nicotine. It's actually less than what I used to do. I've been trying to slow it down and try and wean away from the nicotine. It may happen one day. It'll probably happen. If says cleaner wax will take out the fine scratches and polish it up. I'll try it out, man. I'll probably go get some of this Dunlop cleaner that these guys are talking about. I could probably have Sweetwater ship it to me in like in a quick minute. Feisty celebrates Keister, same as Easter. Is that like Festivus for the rest of us? There you go, Christine. Donald says cranberry chocolate eggs with the frosting yolk in the middle. Are those what are those what's that? There's a company we get. Stardust loves these like maple cream eggs. Who makes those? Stardust? Is that I can't think of the company that makes them. Gloria said, that's how I get my Easter candy shopping the day after when the chocolate is on sale. Absolutely. Couch Broccoli, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. How you been, buddy? Always good to see you, man. Catbird said, I just streamed around everybody and their grandmother out there playing a guitar, but nobody's better than me. Oh, thank you, Catbird. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of guitar players jumping on the streaming bandwagon these days. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I've seen a lot of good ones. I've seen a lot of, it's not so good ones, decent ones, but everyone's trying. Why not? Why not? If you got a camera and an amp, why not give it a try? You never know. Donald said he forgot what it's called. Stardust knows what I want to say Whitman's, but they're not. It's actually a company here in Florida, and I can't think of the name of it. But it's like they make like six different kinds of these cream eggs. And Stardust always wants the maple ones, but I can't remember who makes them right now for some odd reason. Slipped my mind. Mark says you've been reducing your nicotine count over time. I've been trying, yeah. I used to vape out of a sub-ohm tank or whatever with a much higher, probably double what that is. So yeah, it's been going down and down. There you go, Donald. Syria knows Reese's never fails. Yeah, Reese's is the best, man. I love some Reese's. If I can, I always want to get that big Reese's bunny. That thing's insane. Eric says Cadbury. No, these are different. Cadbury makes those mini eggs. I love those mini eggs the best. Those like pastel colored mini eggs. Those things are amazing. If Stardust can hear me, she'll say something. Who makes them? It's a company here in Florida too. I can't remember the name. Stardust probably can't hear me, so I'll have to chat it because then she'll see it. Stardust. What company makes the maple cream egg? Maple, can't even type cream egg, question mark. Okay, maybe she'll see that. She'll think I'm a troll and then block me. Let's see. Candy loves the Cadbury mini eggs too. Yeah, it's those one. I like those. They're like M&M, but they're eggs. Like a candy shell. Is that the one you got? I know the cream eggs. I can't eat those anymore. Those things are too sweet. But the little mini eggs with the candy shell, the pastel colors, those things are insane. I could eat those like all day. I think I actually have a bag still, an unopened bag. Jake said he wants some Cadbury eggs. Cadbury says it's called experience and paying your dues, and you did both of them. Thank you, Cadbury. I appreciate that. There you go, Donald. Thank you. See, Ju G knows, man. Russell Stover, that's the one, man. Where is you got it right. That's the one. Yeah, Russell Stover. Stardust loves those cream eggs, and they're always hard to find too. The maple ones. Am I awake? What's up? You said we were just watching old videos. You shredding with Rob Rock, killer stuff. Thank you, man. Those are some cool ones, man. I've got a lot of old footage too. I just haven't been able to put up. But yeah, I try to, man. But yeah, there's a couple concerts out there, like full concerts, like one in Germany and one at the a House of Blues. I think we did. I've seen out there before. What's up, Crazy Well? Good to see you, bud. If I says keep in mind the timeout blocks the tipping ability. Ask me how I know. The timeout blocks? I don't even know. Bob Acker, he's rolling in. He just wants an egg salad sandwich. There you go, man. Or some Seeds candy. Yeah, Seeds candy was classic. That's some old school stuff there. Yeah, Juji, that's weird, dude. I don't know what's up with that, man. Like, they'll have like all these different kinds, but the maple is always like, there's like one or two left, or they're like completely sold out. It's like, dang, man. I don't know where these things go. Oh yeah, question. Should we do the Holy Trinity or no? I don't know. We'll go through some other stuff. Haven't played a lot of stuff. We'll play some other stuff. We play the Holy Trinity every day. We'll play this one. This one's called The Return. This there is an album coming out. It's almost done. Like literally like we're remixing it one more time because we kind of recorded a long time ago and we mixed it, sounded good, but then our engineer got way better equipment and stuff, and he wanted to remix. He's like, dude, I'm remixing this. All right, bro, remix. And there was like one little part that needed to get fixed, so hopefully that gets fixed. But yeah, the band's called Holmes and Slice. The album's called The Adventure Begins. Once I have it close to being ready, I'm going to start promoting the heck out of it. Because it's probably some of the best guitar playing I've ever done in my life. But let's try this. This is a track off that called The Return. The Return. played that in a minute, man. Wow. Some of these songs I just haven't played forever. Man, that's a cool one, though. That's based off of a Mozart piano sonata that I heard. A tiny little piece. And I turned it into a whole song. All right. Juji says he lives in New England and would really like maple out here. Yeah, true. I love maple. I like maple frosted donuts. That's one of my favorite things. And even the Dunkin' Donuts around here, they had it like, we've seen it like maybe 1 out of 4 times so far. It's like, who's buying the maples, man? Man. There you go, Juji. Eric McGinn, thank you, buddy. Jake says he wouldn't mind hearing Murder Hornets tonight. Okay, I could squeeze that in, buddy. Not a problem. Sierra says, great request, Jake. The name alone is sick. I feel that. That's a fun one to play. Juji, thank you, Bob. Let's see. there you go, Eric. Okay, got it. Stardust confirms. Yes, Russell Stover. Not sure if anyone makes maple cream eggs, but I'd love to get some more. I know. We might just have to order them straight from the site. I don't know. I think that's the only way to get them, because if you try to get them in the stores, they're gone. Jake says, seriously, it's my new favorite song. Rick plays it outside the Holy Trinity. Yeah, that's Murder Hornets is actually like a warm-up track, so I'm extra warmed up now. It's gonna be like Murder Hornets on steroids, I think, probably at this point. Thank you, Christine. Juji says, slaying me off to my dreams. There you go, bro. There you go. Feisty says, butter and honey. Those are two good things to go together. Sears says, Hornet, not a bad Discraft mid I used to bag. A little more stable than the Buzz. That's funny, man. Eric says, ooh, the maple donuts with bacon. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen those. I don't know if I want bacon on the donut, depending on how long the bacon's been sitting there. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but it looks delicious. If I knew it was fresh, I'd probably be into it. Chris says, I want to start a Dunkin' here in Idaho. They want $500K to start a franchise. Wow, that's a lot of money, dude. I would, if you're gonna go franchise, dude, open up a Chick-fil-A, man, because a Chick-fil-A will just be like, phew. That Chick-fil-A, like, people flock to Chick-fil-A's, man. They open one up, a second one up around here. They had to fix the one we have close to us, because like people were just like lined up in the street. And it's like messing traffic up. The city said, yo, you got to fix your stuff, man. You can't have this traffic like this. It was bad. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, this is what we do on Saturdays. This is it's more chill. There's no trolls at all. Like hardly ever a troll during this type of stream. You get the full picture. When I do the weekday ones, and tomorrow it was like the vertical stream, the up and down one. YouTube pushes that out there. That helps me find a lot of new subscribers and fans to check it out. So, but yeah, I like this version. But I wish YouTube pushed this type of version. It'd be nicer, because I like the full picture. But it is what it is, man. Juji said I could buy some. Just not sure I'd get them to Florida. True that. Gloria says, hey, know any Marduk? Wow, no, I sure don't. Those guys were fun to party with. Isn't that they're like a black metal band, right? So you met them at the Brass Mug, got drunk, and jumped on their tour. It was nice. Yeah, those guys are like some hardcore black metal. I know of them. I used to have back in the day, man, a couple of my friends were like super into that band. But yeah, those are like corpse paint dudes with the super black metal band. Hey, I never learned any of their stuff. No. Serial says, we Canadians were born on the maple. The maple leaf. Yeah, buddy. I mean, I'm from Ohio, which is close-ish to Canada. And we used to get maple donuts all the time. The Krispy Kreme, when I was growing up, they had these things called maple cream sticks. So, it was like probably, I don't know, maybe maybe 5 inches long, 5, 6 inches long, and had a big, just a big line of maple on the top of it. And of course it was filled with the Krispy Kreme stuff. And man, I tell you what, that was my weakness. Gloria says, I only crave Chick-fil-A on Sundays. That's true. We haven't gone there in a long time. It's like, oh, it's my pleasure, this, my pleasure, that, and they still screw your order up. It's like, no way. Feisty says, do the horizontal all the time and wait for it. Buddy, I've been doing this horizontal for 2 years, and I never seen this go over 30 people. Never seen it go over 30 people in my life. 2 years. On the dot, every Saturday, except for the ones I can't when I'm on call. But there ain't no wait. I'll be waiting a long time, a long time for that horizontal, because YouTube doesn't push it. YouTube doesn't push the horizontal streams. They don't do nothing. It's a bring your own fan base, essentially, is what horizontal streaming is. And yeah, no way, dude. I thought after a couple years, after a year, I'd have like 50, 100 people here hanging every Saturday. Never seen it once. And it's all good though. There you go, Bob. Serial says, do you have a Tim Hortons in Florida? No, we sure don't. But with that, there's it's not called Tim Hortons, but it's called Thornton's. Very similar. Tim Horton, Thornton. They actually have some maple frosted donuts, and they are sick, man. I forgot all about those, dude. Those things are insane. Gloria says, the best part was they didn't even kick me off. We partied the rest of the night. There you go. That's how you do it. That's a good time at the mug. You just don't have that good of time at the mug like that. Chris says, what's round on the ends and high in the middle? Oh, wow, you true that, man. Bob says, maple leaf fasting. There you go. Jake says, I look forward to this stream because nobody is asking Rick to play basic 4 chorus. I know, right? That's the other good part of this, is that, yeah, it's just chill. We can do whatever we want, because it's only going to be a certain group of people. It's like the OG crowd comes to Saturdays. And like I said, the main reasoning for me continuing the Saturday like this is so I can cut, do full songs and then cut videos, short videos from it for the week. And that's the number one reason I do this. And then the number 2 reason is all you people hanging out and having fun with us and the great community that we have. But yeah, beyond that, if there was 2 people here, it wouldn't bother me. I'd feel like I'd move along faster. I'd just get the songs done like that and be gone if there's only 2 people here. But we got a nice little crowd here, and it's always good to see you guys. Hacks Tester, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Feisty says, buy by the gallon. It's affordable. Maple, blackstrap, molasses. Yeah, but I want frosting. I want maple frosting. I don't want maple syrup. I can get syrup. I need frosting. That's what I need. I don't know who has Publix and wherever they're at, but we've got a Publix in Florida. And if you can actually ask them, literally you can say, can I have that frosted with maple? They'll do it for you. But I don't go to inside the store anymore. I haven't been inside the Publix store or grocery store in forever. Juji said, this is the best stuff YouTube says suggested to me in a long time. That's awesome, Juji. Chris says, I was born in Indiana. Every summer break from school, we went to Kings Island. Yeah, Kings Island's dope, dude. I went to that many a times. Kings Island was awesome, man. Stardust says, I grow so tired of, hey, play some GNR or Crazy Train, bro, or my favorite, Smoking in the Water. Yeah. Smoking and Water. That's what's up. Feisty says, know anyone with a fig tree? Fig leaf tea is very relaxing. Huh. Who knew? Sierra says, vertical bias. I know, right? Yeah, YouTube is trying its hardest to match TikTok and go beyond TikTok. And TikTok obviously is a vertical platform. So that's why YouTube is really pushing the vertical streaming, because that's what, I can go on TikTok and like literally 2,000 people will be thrown into my live stream like within a minute. And then pretty much you start seeing it drop off until it it tapers off, and I could usually have, the same as YouTube, like 200 or 300 people in a TikTok stream. So that's kind of what, but TikTok, it's like you don't know what's going to happen to TikTok. So I just only I post there, but I don't live stream on there anymore. Cletus and Clovis, what's up, brothers? Good to see you. Says, we brothers love this community. That's awesome, Cletus and Clovis. It's always good. You guys are awesome. Every day we see you guys are awesome. There's Jake. He's like, uh-oh, Cletus and Clovis in the house. That's awesome, man. I was actually playing. I've been playing GTA 5 again, and I found this one quest, and one of the dudes' name was Cletus. I was like, man, Cletus and Clovis, man, that's what's up. Gloria says, did you go to the New Year's fireworks show at the Mug when it was on Fletcher? No, I sure didn't. No, I haven't. The last time I've been to the Mug was 2018, maybe. The War of Thrones band I was in, those guys wanted to play there as much as possible for some odd reason, and we just kept playing there and playing there and playing there. But yeah, I got tired of playing there. Like I said before, it's like okay, we got 27 drunk dudes here, and yeah, we're having a good time, This wasn't my jam. Serial says Thornton as in Joe Thornton. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It could be, but yeah, but it's called Thornton. It's like it's like basically like a gas station, and a food. They got a food mart in there where they got donuts, and it's kind of like a 7-Eleven or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's like a gas station with food and stuff. But it's pretty good, man. I remember we used to get the donuts a long time ago. They were amazing. Bob Acker knows Floribama. There you go, man. Lisa Anderson, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Easter to you. There you go. Sear Flute says he played for Tampa Bay. He did? That's crazy, dude. Bob, it says killer spot. There you go. Juji said there's a little convenience store I go to, and there's a lot of fresh donuts covered in maple frosting. That sounds delicious, man. I probably need to go to the Thorntons. It's usually out of our route where we go around here, but it's down the road a little bit. We gotta stop in there and snag a few of those. Arculus, what's up? He said, what guitarist from history would you like to meet? From history? Probably Randy Rhoads. I mean, as far as history, not alive anymore, probably Randy Rhoads. If we're talking about people that aren't alive anymore, I would say Randy Rhoads for sure. People that are alive, still alive, Richie Blackmore. Richie is one I have not yet met. I want to meet Richie Blackmore, which would be awesome. Donald says, sorry, I was playing a Rush backing track fly by night. There you go, buddy. Daniel says, have you tried fourths for easy fretboard symmetry? Fourths? I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I do the circle of fifths. I've never tried. You talking about fourths, yeah, usually that's what I do is that's what Richie Blackmore does. Yeah, I do. I've done fourths. I do it quite a lot for a lot of rhythms I do. Vicey says, make hearty pancakes with whole grains and buckwheat. Buckwheat is not a grain and 15% protein. Top with butter, honey, fruit yogurt. Interesting. Sounds delicious. Gloria says, who cares about TikTok? We're not 12. I know. But yeah, TikTok made me some good money, realistically, because people throw these gifts at you like crazy, kind of like the super chats. TikTok has this gift system. So yeah, it was some decent money, just playing live on there. But it's a madhouse over there, that's for sure. There you go, Chris. Gloria says, dang, that was last year. I went there too. They had those fireworks show at Fletcher between 2008 and 2012. Yeah. Oh, that was the old school one. Yeah. Where they're at now is a weird place. That's a weird place they're at now. There's a bodega across the street and across the way and a laundromat. I don't even know. Hack says that this is the best live on YouTube. I haven't seen so far musicians who love music. I feel that, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Clovis wants to know, are those two Jacksons the same? Is there a difference? They are exactly the same, except this is metallic violet, and that's candy blue. True that, Juji. Bob Acker knows Neil Peart. That's a great one there, man. Donald says, I want to go to the Aftershock Festival. Ingve's going to be there. Gojira. Dang, that sounds heavy, dude. Oh, I see. No fourth tuning. No way, dude. No, everything's tuned down to standard D. I've been playing like that since I was 19 years old, I think, man. And I am a whole lot older than that now. But yeah, no, I've never tried. People ask me all the time, like, do you play any alternate tunings and this and that? Like, no. Plus, I got Floyd Rose tremolo, man. Once you get these Floyd Roses set, you don't mess with them. You don't mess with them at all, man. Judy said he had to make a decision. Kidney disease. Oh, man, I feel that. After you cut back on sugar, sweets don't taste as good as they used to. Yeah. Bob likes that 6/8 time. That's a good one, man. Those are fun to play in. Lisa says, oh, you got commercials on, Rick. Oh, no. Yeah, there might be a few. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can change them. I keep it at conservative. I keep it like as chill as possible for Saturday, like so there's nothing going on. Hacksucker said, almost picked up a Jackson today. Dang, dude. That'd have been nice. Jake says, yeah, it's not Rick, it's YouTube. You got to get premium if you don't want to. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, I do try and keep it very chill with the ads. They should only be like one or two here and there. But Cletus and Clovis dropping the super chat. Y'all, thanks, brothers. Appreciate you, man. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Very kind of you guys. You guys are great, man. We see Cletus and Clovis just about every single stream. And they're good guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Gloria says, yeah, old school mug. I've only been in the new location once in 2018. Never went back. Yeah, no way. Yeah, I only played the Fletcher mug one time. This is like in the 90s. And we went there, and God, it was the only good part about it was Heather. She owned another bar, like an adult stripper bar down the road, and we weren't gonna play till like 2 in the morning. We were playing at like 1 in the morning or something like that, like some stupid time. And she's like, well, y'all can go hang at my other bar, and just tell them I sent you, and they'll let you in for free, and you guys can drink for free and all that stuff. Like, okay. So we got wasted there. By the time we came back to come play our set, there was like maybe 7 people there. And I was like, oh, this sucks, man. And it smelled like beer and urine mixed together with some Pine Sol cleaner or something. It was like, this place is gross, man. This is where Tampa metal was. It's like, what happened here? I don't know. Let's see. Bob likes him some apple fritters. There you go, man. There you go, Juji. Arculus says, favorite Judas Priest solo. I don't know, man. That's a good one, dude. That's a lot. I don't know. That's a great question, dude. I'm trying to think, because there's a lot. Probably Beyond the Realms of Death has a really awesome solo that Glenn does. That's a pretty good one, man. There you go, Donald. Absolutely. Gloria said Heather has changed and her husband Rick's in bad shape. He's getting up there in age. Yeah. Yeah, she was always nice to us, though. She really liked our band and everything. And, she at least found a way to pay us something, gas money at least. But she's a super nice lady, man. Always been a super nice lady. And, she's always helping bands and stuff. So that's what's up. All right, we're going to play this new song of the week. It's an old song of the week, honestly, like really old. So if any eagle-eared listener ever watched the Fire Within video that's on here, at the end during the credits is this song called Falling Rain. This was actually on my original Fire Within demo, because I think we had me, Richard, and Elder of Rock Steve recorded. It was we had the Fire Within, this song, and I think Symphony 40, if I recall correctly. And yeah, this was like a ballady song. It's based off of a classical piece by Gabriel Fauré, French. It's called Pavane. So it's very lifted. It's kind of like Symphony 40 classical type, but it's not as crazy, more chill. I totally don't remember how to play some of the parts. I try to remember them. I remember how to write the song and get all the bottom parts done, but I got some harmonies in here, but like the solo and some of the pre-chorus parts, I can't remember what I was doing completely. So could be interesting, but yo, check this out. It's called Falling Rain. It's been a long time since I played that one. A real long time. I think I tried to play it maybe like a year and a half ago. Elder of Rock Steve was like, "Hey man, play that song." I haven't played it in a while. And I put some fudged together piece of it, but yes, probably the first time I really played that in years. Like 20 years probably at least. It's a nice song though. Means a lot. Oh, let's see. There you go, Bob. Green Monalishi. That's the jam right there. How that one go? So. That's a jam though, man. One of my favorites to play. Hacksack says Put-in Bay has a lot of up and coming brands. Fun party. Put-in Bay. That's in Ohio, isn't it? Sounds familiar to me. Yeah, Stardust. She hadn't had a vape in a long time. When she moved down to Florida, yeah, she was smoking, and then when we got together, I was like, she couldn't smoke, but she still wanted nicotine. I was like, hey, try a vape. That's what I'm doing. So I got her a vape, and then that was after a certain amount of time. She's like, I'm not doing this vape no more, which I totally respect. I need to stop. I have too much stress in my life, man. Is there something that will just not? I think it's gonna be money. That's gonna be the answer to my no stress, because all I do is work, and I have a very stressful job, and then doing the guitar is fun for me, but it's stressful in a way too. So yeah, it keeps me chill, man. It keeps me chill. But I feel fine. And believe me, I smoked cigarettes since I probably was 17 or 18. Probably I started smoking cigarettes, and then I quit smoking cigarettes completely in 2000 and maybe 2004. So 10 years ago, I haven't had a cigarette. So that was step one. And I got into the vaping thing because I still needed something, but I had a pretty low nicotine level vape, and then I kind of went up a little bit, and I stayed at that for a while, and then recently I stopped the heavy vape juice and went to like these disposable ones, which is like half of what I was doing, and these are fine. These last me like 2 weeks practically. So I'm trying, dang it, I'm trying to find a way. Serial says, painkiller never fails, but the entire song is a song. It's true, right? Noble popped in. What's up, buddy? He says, use the Brave browser. He don't get no commercials on YouTube now. There you go. Serial said he was just listening to Sad Wings of Destiny the other day. Yeah, me too, man. That popped up on my drive to work, and I was like, I hit the album and just stayed with the album, man. That's got some classic jams on there, bro. Gloria says, I wish I never picked up a cigarette. She's having trouble quitting. I feel that. Yeah, for me, it was actually easy to quit because it just got to the point, like where I worked, like they stopped you from smoking anywhere else but one place, and it was like on the 3rd floor of the parking garage in a corner. So it literally took me like 7 minutes from where my office was. It took me 7 minutes to walk all the way to this place. I'd have to puff a couple smokes real fast and then walk back. By the time I walked back, I'd just be like, had maybe 30 seconds left on my break. I was like, yeah, this ain't good, man. And then when I started vaping, you could like literally just vape anywhere. They didn't care about the vaping, which was weird. They just care about the smoking. True that, serious. I don't even like it. I go out at my job now. I go out and have a puff on my vape a couple of times, and there's people smoking out there, and it smells so bad, dude. The cigarette smoke is just like, oh God, dude, I can't take it. Juji knows. He says, don't give up, Gloria. Every time you try, you're closer to your goal. Yeah, it's tough, man. Cigarettes are tough. And I used to know some dudes, man. They'd be like, I'm quitting smoking, and then they come out and be like, hey, can I bum a smoke? And you're like, I thought you were quitting. Just this one, man. Just need this one. Like, okay. It got to the point, there's this one dude, he kept bumming smokes off us. He literally would just give us money. He'd be like, man, I'm sorry I always bumming smokes. Here's like $10, man. Like, okay, bro. I was like, he just needs to stop. And then he'd buy a vape. And he's like, man, the vape just ain't working. Got bum a smoke. I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. People crazy, man. It's a tough habit to break, man. It's a tough one. Yeah, I'm surprised. I probably lost my dad to smoke. My dad was a big smoker, and he died of some crazy heart attack and had all kinds of stuff. After when they found out after the autopsy what he actually had, and it was not good, man. So yeah, smoking can definitely get you, man. Gloria said she's not giving up. Brought her some nicotine patches. They can help, yeah. I tried those. They definitely can work. It's a mind over matter thing, sadly. And maybe get something like some Dum Dums lollipops or some sort of lollipop, something like that, because your mind wants to have it wants you to be holding something and putting in and out of your mouth or whatever. It was tough. Cletus and Clovis, he says, Rick the Ripper song is Melody Heaven. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, man. Donald said, that's a really good vibe to it. Thanks, man. Serial says, cheer up, gang. We got Rick to lift us up and achieve. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Juji. Axe Tester, you're correct, man. Yeah, it's not good either, I know. Luckily, it's not as bad as smoking. Donald says he heard nicotine's the hardest thing to quit. He never smoked, but he's a recovering alcoholic. Yeah, alcohol's pretty easy to quit. It might be harder depending on your level of drinking. It can be harder, but yeah, I was able to quit drinking like that. It just didn't feel good to me anymore, honestly. Let's see. Absolutely though. Judy said, I went to a meeting with a friend. All I remember is keep it simple, stupid. There you go. Gloria asked, do I know Ben Meyer? No, not personally. No, we did open up for Nasty Savage back in the day. I know Nasty Ronnie, but I don't know any other guys in the band, honestly. I think everyone knows Nasty Ronnie that lives around here. Thank you, Judy. Steve Gunner, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Heck says, vape put water drop, lets in your lungs, be careful. Yeah, like I said, I feel fine. I haven't felt bad or anything, but I do need to drop it at some point here. I'm hoping that something happens. I'm going to go on tour because I won't be able to tour and vape. That's for sure, man. It takes a lot of energy to be on stage and stuff, and I don't need that. Chris, yeah, it's called a Geek Bar Pulse, and it's like blow pop flavor. It's really low nicotine. But yeah, there's only basically it's like water. It's only like 5 ingredients in these things. Steve said, I stopped smoking 26 years ago. You can do it if it needs motivation. Mine was the goal. I ended up marrying her. There you go, buddy. That's how you do it. Donald says, I used to drink vodka and Coke Zero all day. Alcohol and pills. It's too excessive. Yeah. I know, man. I used to do it all, man. Smoke weed, white stuff, pills. That's crazy, man. I did some wild stuff, man. I did some wild stuff, man. I'm glad I stopped it all before I lost all my brain cells. Yeah, Gloria knows Ronnie's a good guy. Crazy. He's very crazy, but yeah, still a good guy. Thank you, Hacks Tester. God bless you and your family. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. Feisty says that nicotine gum tastes so bad, but it's strong. Yeah, I used to try a Nicorette or whatever. Like when I'd go on tour, because you couldn't smoke on planes. I would take a Nicorette with me or whatever, and I would always try and quit. I'll be on tour. I'm gonna quit smoking, and then sure enough, after that first show's done, yo, give me a smoke, man. I need a smoke after that. All right, Jake wanted Murder Hornets. So let's rip that one up and see if we can do one more after that. Murder Hornets, here we go. All right, this one for Jake. The Hornets, the Murder Hornets. Let's go. Hornets were murdering right in that one. That was a crazy one right there. Oh, well, there you have it. There you have it. There you go, Jake. Oh, let's see. Feisty says, you know, I lost a lot of friends there. I got no time to rest on. Ain't that the truth, man? Glory says, you know, a little part of me misses those crazy days, the mug and the crowbar. I just don't want to deal with that drama that comes with it anymore. Yeah, I know, right? It ain't the same as it ever used to be, you know. It's just, I don't even know. I think it's like it's its own community there at the new Brass Mug, and I don't like going out anymore. I just don't like going out anymore. You know, I don't care. You know, the scene or whatever. You know, it's like ever since COVID, it's just like, psh, I don't, you know, I don't want to say I don't like people, but I don't like people anymore. You know, people that I don't know. It's just like, who knows what's out there, man. I'd rather stay safe in my own house. It feels nice. Donald says, Dan, you never make any mistakes. I probably do, but yeah, I cover him up. I cover him up pretty well. Thank you, Donald. Eric, what's up, buddy? He says, hello, Rick. Nice to see you and hear you this evening. Good to see you too, buddy. Hope you've been well. Feisty Key says, he's a effing machine. That looks like I think that's Thailand, this style. Or Vietnamese, I'm not sure. Thank you, Juji. Chris says he's hitting the sack. Hope to see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out, Chris. Have a great rest of your weekend, buddy. Donald James, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that super chat, buddy. He says, you impressed the F out of me, man. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Feisty says, we need the Horny Hornet and the Happy Hermit. There you go. Donald says he still likes going to shows still with friends and family. Yeah, it depends. I don't know. This hasn't been a good show that I wanted to go see. You know, it's been a while. I think last thing I saw was either Al DeMiola or Uli Roth. I cannot remember. Clayton, what's up? Jake drops another super chat. You the man, brother. He says, thanks for playing my request. Absolutely, Jake. Anytime. Thank you, Edward Nugent. I appreciate you, buddy. That's always good to see, man. Clayton says, you know, Rick, the gas station was out of voltage Thursday, and I still haven't got my fix. Email me one. I'll download it from a 3D printer. There you go, man. Man, that's weird. Yeah, voltage is hard to find anymore. I don't even see it. The gas station that I go to, I mean, I get it from the grocery store, 12 packs of it. But, yeah, I haven't seen it at the grocery store over here in a minute. They actually just have, regular Mountain Dew, Code Red, and Baja Blast. There's supposed to be a couple new Mountain Dew, or a new Mountain Dew coming out this month, and then another one coming out next month. So I'm waiting on that. I can't wait to try that. Serial says, live shows can be hit or miss. Got a rotten apple in the mix, and it can't really ruin the whole thing. Yeah, true that, man. It's been a while. I just don't like it. You know, I just don't want to. I don't like. It's like it's almost. I got to a point in my life. I was like, if I'm not on stage, I just don't want to be there. You know, it makes me want to be on stage even more. And it's like you see all these people, like, man, I want to be doing that again. But yeah, it's weird for when you're a musician that's played on stage and you go to a show and you're just like, I'd rather be on that stage than standing in this audience, man, honestly. But so I just stayed away. We're probably gonna go try and see Nine Inch Nails when they're coming in September, and they'll be at the big arena. So that's probably something that we'll just go sit in the nosebleed section or whatever. Gloria says most people that were there are not anymore. Some have passed on and moved on. I'll stay. Yeah, it's a different crowd at the new place. I don't even know. I haven't been. Like I said, I haven't been there since 2018, so I couldn't even tell you anymore. Feisty Kitty, yo, thanks for the super chat, bro. Appreciate you, man. That's awesome. Eric says, Rick, what are we jamming out tonight? Anything special? I mean, we're actually closing up the shop here. We'll play one more, but yeah, we're closing up the shop. It's a shorter stream on Saturday. Well, I like to chill, but we have some good times here. Juji says, reminds me of how Rammstein used to help him through some difficult times. I feel that, man. Music's always good and therapeutic, man. Music's a great therapy, There's been times I needed to listen to certain things to keep me, grounded, you know, like just focused, you know. Whether it was like, you know, a breakup or something else, you know, I needed music to like just soothe my soul somehow. And you always find it, man. Don says, I saw the Scorpions about 7 years ago. They had Mickey D. Yeah, absolutely. I remember that. He didn't know that. Yeah, Mickey D's one of the greats, man. Gloria says, I wish I could go to the Black Sabbath and Ozzy show in England. Too bad I can't afford that round trip ticket. Yeah, I know, right? That's probably a good $1,000. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube or something easily. Fife says, your next show will be headlining 10,000 heads. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I would be, I've seen 30,000 in front of my eyes before, and that was a treat, man. 45 minutes to 30,000 people going haywire. That's a drug in itself right there. Gloria says, 9 Inch Nails, I didn't know that. Yeah. Stardust knows, I think it's, September. Duh. Yeah. I'm going to wait. You know, there'll be tickets for sale on, people be selling tickets and stuff, selling their tickets. Gloria asked, did you play Speeder tonight? I did not. Do you want to hear Speeder tonight? We can play it. We'll do that one. Let's see. Speeder. Where's Speeder? We'll crank it up. We'll crank this one up. That'll be it. Where is Speeder? I tell you, man. My song list is just like so out of control. I need to like organize them somehow. I'll be just scrolling and scrolling like, oh, there's that song. Sheesh. All right. We'll do that one. Everyone knows Speeder's a rocker. We'll crank that out. There you go, Gloria. All right, speed it up. You know the drill, people. I don't think anyone's flying tonight. I had to add a new disclaimer. So yeah, if you're driving, slow down. If you're seated, buckle up, hunker down. If you're flying, autopilot. If you're brushing your teeth, strangely enough, if you're brushing your teeth, you might want to watch what you're doing. All right, let's go. Hope you're safe after that, as usual. Man, that's a good one, man, for sure. Always fun to play that one. Okay. Clayton says, I'm glad I caught it. I'm still at work. Oh, man. Donald says, wow, that's a huge crowd. Yeah, it was insane. That was the Bang Your Head Festival in Ballad in Germany. And man, that was sick, man. I mean, it's like the first couple of songs, maybe about 7,000, 8,000, and then just like the crowd just started coming, because there's only one stage, and there's like 30,000 people that go to this Bang Your Head Festival every year. And it's like, you just see this waves of people like crowding up. You're like, wow. But honestly, when all you see is a blur. You can only see maybe the first couple hundred people, you see their faces. But after that, just like a blur of a sea of people. You're just like, oh, I got to turn it up on this, man. I got to turn it up. It's like, man. Cyril says, the best show I saw was Mastodon Lamb of God last summer for the Ashes of the Dang. That was probably a heavy duty show, man. That's nice. Gloria said, yes, there you go. Donald James says, I played at parties with maybe 100 people there. Well, that's about it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. If there's people there having fun, then that's all that matters, man, realistically. Man, I used to, when the Wicked Waves band, we first started, we would like have like a ton of people come. We'd have like a party just about every week, and a ton of people would come and come into our practice place and just fill it up, and we'd rock out. Those were some of the best, man, because they were just like right in front of you, man, and they're all partying and having a good time, man. It got wild. There was one time, man, because my mom usually wasn't home, so we were like, yeah, cool. But one time she was home and she was sleeping, and there was like people just started going into my house because we had a second garage where we could have our parties at, but people started going inside and stuff. I was like, you gotta get the hell out of here, man. My mom's trying to sleep. But she never heard nothing. She always had bad hearing. So. She's like, slow down, Peter. Eric, yeah, that was probably the most special one. But we did play some. Played 2 new songs tonight earlier. One kind of a ballad and one kind of a, I don't know what it's going to be. Just something crazy. Donald says, your audio on stream is flawless, coming right through my headphones. Nice, dude. Yeah, I spent hours and hours and hours testing it. I would record myself, just like I'd be live streaming. I'd record myself, go listen to it in my headphones in my car, everywhere I could listen to it, and I'd be like, oh, that needs to get fixed. This needs to get fixed, and then I'd go back and I'd fix all that. And I'd do another. A couple songs, and I go back and listen, and I get it all perfect. And then every song is mostly mixed the same. I've tried to keep the mixing and production pretty much the same on every song. So it's like you're just hearing it right from my studio, basically. So I appreciate you noticing that, man. That's awesome. Jake says, there you go. Jake's got all his emojis there. Donald James says, the dual guitar is recorded on the track. Yeah, I did all the harmonies recorded, and then mix the whole track down with the harmonies on it, and then play over top of that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, there you go, Donald. Yeah, I do all the harmonies recorded. Yeah, and then they're just in the background track. Like, you can even hear it. Let me see. We could find where's a part? I don't know. Let's see. I keep it low, so it's just So yeah, you just can't keep it low. You gotta mix it. You gotta mix harmonies right. They're tough to mix sometimes. If I said, what if you played Speeder a lower key and slowed it down and called it coaster? Maybe the key of B sharp. The B sharps. You never know. I probably will never mess with that song. It's like every time I play that song, it's like during the streams. That's when people start getting hyped. They're like, "Whoa, man, that tune's crazy, man!" It's a staple of the channel now. I have to write some more songs like that though, or something similar, of course. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate you, bro. Anti in the house says, Welcome all visiting peaceful from around our world. Rocksteady, absolutely, man. We rocking and about to roll out of here. Wow, how do we get a troll? Oh, it's somewhat trollish. Not totally trollish, but not chat particular, that's for sure. Clayton says, I sell liquor and liquor accessories. Boy, I'll tell you what, there you go, man. Feisty says, the best show of the hundreds was Tool, outdoor headlining Irvine Meadows Amphitheater in SoCal. I'll bet, man. Tool's sick, man. I watched, I can't remember what it was. It was something on YouTube. It was Tool live doing Sober. I wanted to hear Sober, the song, and it was live somewhere. It was pitch perfect, man. It was sick, dude. It was so sick. And it's funny, many months ago, Adam Jones, the guitar player of Tool, liked one of my videos on Instagram. I don't know if he followed me or not. I don't think he did. I can't remember, but he liked one of my videos. I was like, holy moly, that's awesome. You know, I took a picture of it and it's like kept it for prosperity, and then someone in the chat this last week said, "Yo, Adam Jones told me about you," and I'm like, whoa, okay. That's cool, man. Now if Adam Jones was hook me up, let me play on a Tool track or something, that'd be sweet. Or something. I know, right? Well, that's pretty cool, though. Big famous people know who I am sometimes. They're pretty nice. But yeah. If I say Speeder's like your anthem, yeah, it's pretty much an anthem there. No Freak friends, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight, man. Jake said, I think he was making a reference to the Speeder with the extended warranty comment. I don't know. It wasn't totally trolly, but it was kind of like weird. I don't know. I'll take it. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't anything topical to the chat. Let's say that. Don says the Anima album. Everyone liked that. Everyone liked it. Didn't matter who you were. Even my dad was liking that. There you go. Feist says, you got nowhere to go but up. I feel that, man. And then you hit that glass ceiling, and then you got to either break through or you go down. That's what happened to me in 2005. I reached the glass ceiling, and I couldn't break through. I just couldn't break through. And it all started going right back downward, man. It was a nice rocket ship ride, though, I got to say. But we're trying now, man. We got a different mentality now. I'm older, I'm smarter, I'm wiser. I got a better outlook on life, and I have a lot of knowledge to pass along, so I think it's working, you know. I think the weekday streams turn into, you know, a concert / therapy / guitar teaching advice type of thing. It seems to work out. People like it. People like what's going on, so we keep going with it, man. I want to see 50,000 soon. We're going to try and hit the 50,000 at some point. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We trying. What are we at? 42 right now? So, yeah. See where we go. It seems like I can get about 1,000 a week. So, yeah. Maybe 50,000 by June. Maybe my birthday will be 50,000. But I'm also hoping like one of these videos pops off. We had one video. It popped off crazy, man. I think it was like, last I looked, it was like 30,000 views. Which one is that? It was crazy amount of views. Shorts. It was a short video. Yeah, here it is. It's called, there's a short video right now, Time is Flying, Never to Return. It's at 37,855 views. I'm like, whoa. But that's what we need. We need something. We need a video like that to just pop off and get like a couple 100,000, and that'll pop the subscriber count up like crazy. But we'll see. We pray to the YouTube gods, see what happens. Serial likes Opiate. That's a good one, man. What's the first album? The very first album is probably my favorite, was Sober and all them other tunes, man. That was one of my favorite. Yeah. Stardust has a new policy. She ain't playing, man. She ain't playing. And I feel it. If I said that was the market, not you. Lower water lowers all the boats. Yeah, I hear you. Now, I was just, it's just a series of events that send it down spiraling, man. I've spoken about it before, man. But yeah, it was just one event that took everything down, and it sucked because it was going to be something huge. It was going to be me doing something huge in the world, and yeah, it just didn't happen, unfortunately. But it is what it is, man. We get knocked down and bring ourselves back up. Jake says, thanks for the stream tonight, Rick. Hope everyone's having a great Easter. Thank you, Jake, for hanging out, buddy. We appreciate you. You know this. And yeah, I told Jake about this. I'm working on a Discord channel. I don't know who has Discord or who's interested. It's not fully ready yet, but it'll be coming soon. Something. I don't know. I don't know much about it myself. So. Donald James said, that's why I'm a member, Rick. Thank you, Don. I appreciate you, brother. That's very kind of you, man. Michael Fairbank, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you're having a great weekend. Donald says, edit your videos and put theatrics and videos. Those don't work, man. They don't work, man. I don't think anything else doesn't help, man. People want a clean video, a clean audio, and something that their jaw drops at, or something their eyes open at. That's the way you get views, man. Flashing lights and gimmicks and stuff like that, it just doesn't do it. Especially for guitar, because I can't talk during my video. It's just a guitar, so I have to put the craziest shredding on there or the sickest emotional solo. It works. It works. It works. Jake says, if Jared Dines would publish his shred collab, that would give you a boost. I think so, yeah, because that usually gets like a good 1 million views. And so you'll get a few people interested in it. It's awesome. There you go, Feisty. He goes, I go down, but I get up again. Ain't that the truth, man? Gloria, I'm a Gemini. The price says a lot. The price says a lot. Sierra says, chat, what's an underrated band you love not enough people know about? Wow, that's a good one, man. It's because there's a lot. We were talking about this, well, not we, me. The band called Malice, the band called Malice from the 80s, I thought it was an incredibly underrated band. They were an awesome band. They were like said to be like the next Judas Priest, if you ask me. But they just didn't go, man. They got real close, but never went to the top. I think they might have been too early, but it happens, man. There you go, Donald. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, I seen videos with all this flash and stuff and text popping on the screen and all this garbage. It's like, I don't, as far as guitar players are concerned, I just want to see you play guitar. I want to see guitar. I want to hear the guitar. I want to hear crystal clear sound. I want to see crystal clear video. And that's what I try and put out there. And I expect that from a lot of guitar players. I see a lot of guitar players and their video quality is very bad. Their audio quality is very bad. I wish I could help them all and get them straight, but there's only a few out there that I watch that have that quality. Not only do I want to hear excellent guitar playing, I want to see quality on top of it because it's achievable. Anyone can achieve the crystal clear audio and a video with a little bit of money and a little bit of time. That's for sure. Terry says, despite all the crap going on, all the crap people do, say you keep it real and you stay positive. Appreciate the type of quality and integrity you have. God bless you. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. That means the world to me. Honestly, it does. It honestly does. Serial says Byzantine. That's crazy. Feisty says the music is 90%, but people love gimmicks. Yeah. I don't care what they like, honestly. If you don't like it, I've started to say it nowadays, to a lot of people, like on people talking on my like video comments or whatever, like they'll say something. I'm like, look, if you ain't with me, you against me, man. And that's fine. That's fine. I'd rather have people that are with me. And if you're against me, I don't need you. You're useless to me. It's the truth. It's the truth. Donald says a band called Portrait, good speed power metal. Huh, have to check that out. Donald James says Midnight Priest. That's pretty good. I never heard of that one either. Eric says, Rick, I was thinking about going to bed, but now I have to stay awake since your live stream chance. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we cutting it off here, man. We're just gonna read through this chat and say our goodbyes, and then we out, buddy. So you can go to sleep. Don says he check out his new bands every week. That's awesome, dude. I thought I saw. Did I miss a comment? I saw something about WWE. I don't know. Chocolate. So Chocolate Face. He says, "Do you have an acoustic guitar?" I do, but it plays terrible. I've got my eyes on one on Reverb.com. It's $800 plus $80 shipping plus tax. I really don't have the money for that right now, but we're trying. Hopefully, a couple more good weekly live streams and big super chats this week or something, man. I might be able to put it on a credit or something. Pay by the month for a little bit, but yeah, I'd like to get a new acoustic for sure. Chocolate. Juji says thanks. Have a great weekend, Gemini's. Yeah, there you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. True that, Chocolate. Olivia J. Yeah. All right, real quick for Olivia J. You know, I missed you last week. You asked for Still of the Night, and I called out for you. I was like, Olivia J, you still there? You still there? And you never responded back. I'm gonna play this for Olivia J because she wanted to hear Still of the Night. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, of course. I'm just gonna play the solo, if I can find it. Where is it? Do I not have it in here? I thought I had it in here. All right, let me add it. Let me add it real quick. And then we'll be out. Let's see, stereo. We'll add this for Olivia. I actually don't have this in my horizontal stream setup. Still. Here we go. We'll just play the solo part. I'll have to skip around until I find it. For Olivia J, because I missed her this week, and she asked for that Still of the Night. I'm surprised they didn't even have it in here. Crazy. All right, well, there you go. One last quick one. Oh shoot, my YouTube just went. YouTube just straight died. How nice. How nice. Anyway, let's see. Olivia says, "Oh wow, you remember that so awesome." Yeah, absolutely. I never forget, especially when it's something I have and something I know. I say no request. Which is true, but that's something, you know. But when I say it in the pinned comment during the week, it's like if I know it, I'll play it. You know, if I know it, I'll play it for sure. And I wanted to play it for you. It was just I think bad timing. And then when I got to the point I could play it, you were like, I was like, is Olivia J out there? And you're like, no, you never heard back. I was like, all right. I appreciate that, Donald. Yeah, we'll try, man. We're trying. We'll see. Serial knows White Snake. There you go, buddy. Rip John Sykes, man. Chocolate Face. I got you with the super chat next year. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you, man. There you go, Chocolate. Olivia J. There you go. Thanks, Feisty. Thanks, Serial. Michael's got to have a good night. Sorry I missed her. No problem, buddy. Watch the replay for sure, man. And, you know, we'll be back on Tuesday, rocking and rolling again. But anyway, that would be enough for me. Gloria said, hope everyone clicked that like button. Absolutely. Appreciate you doing that. All right, well, let's go through. Let me do my romper room session here. Gloria, Michael, Serial, Feisty, Chocolate, Olivia J, Jake Koenig, Donald James. Who else we got? Serial Flute, Eric, Michael Fairbank, Terry Carranza. Let's see who else we missing here. Who haven't we seen? No Fake Friends, Clayton. I think that's all the chat I got. Well, if I missed you, I apologize. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me tonight. It's always fun to do the Saturdays. It honestly is. A lot of great people here. A lot of great conversations. That's the word. That's serious. Like, don't eat too many mini eggs. I think I got a whole bag of them, man. I try and save them. If I said, don't lump me in with those losers. Everyone in here is a winner to me. And I appreciate you all hanging out. I honestly do. Like I said, it's always a good time in here, and we have a lot of fun. And that's it. And we have fun on our weekdays too. It's a different kind of fun on the weekdays, but it's a little different on the Saturdays. So Eric says, yes, Rick Rocket, don't believe you have to warm up, but I understand that personal humbleness and feel yourself in the top 400%. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, like I said, man, Saturdays are just a nice chill day, chill stream. We hang out, we talk, we play whatever. There's usually no set list of songs. I just kind of go through and see what I haven't played in a while. Have a lot of fun doing it. So, but yeah, I appreciate everyone hanging out here. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. A wonderful Easter for tomorrow. Don't eat too many chocolate eggs and chocolate Reese's and all that good stuff. Pace yourself. I want to try myself. But hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you next week. I want y'all to stay safe out there. Slim66, buddy, thank you so much, man. Have a great one. But y'all stay safe out there. Be good to each other and take care of each other because, that's all we got, right? All right, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. We'll see you again. Thank you, Chocolate Face. Y'all take care.